In today's video, I am going to be breaking down one of the best basketball coaching apps that you can get. There's a free version of this. There's also a paid version where you get a lot more features, and you can also get 10% off. That is down in the link below. The reason why I personally use this app is because they developed it with my input. I told them what I wanted in the app. They put it in the app, and in my opinion, this is the perfect app for basketball coaches. Everything that's in this app, I wanted. So, anyways, basically, let's go back and go to the front page where you first get on this app. What you are basically faced with is you can click Create Plays. You've got your clipboard. You can go to Manage Team, where you can actually manage either having the numbers on the dots, or you can put players' names. It's up to you. Now, the reason why you would put, or why I would put player names, is because then you can basically build out your plays, record the screen, and send it to your team so that they can learn the plays at home. And then, when we go back to the main page, there's also settings where you can change different settings. So you can change the court style, you can change the color of the lines on the court, even the color of the line that you draw with, because of course, certain players may have issues with certain colors. So for example, if you were to use the wood texture on the actual clipboard itself, you may not want to use the black line, because players like myself, when I was a player, and I still am obviously colorblind, but I was colorblind, which means that a dark line on a dark court would be hard to see, especially if you're trying to get information as fast as possible during halftime or during a timeout. So you can change the color of the actual line. And then for people like me who like to record and put onto YouTube, you can put your team logo, or you can put your company logo on there as well. You can change the size of the ball, you can change the size of the players, the everything. You can change a lot. Everything is customizable. You can customize your lines and everything. When you go to create plays, you're faced with a full basketball court. Now, of course, you can then change it. So on the top left, there is the court logo, and you can change to a half court. You can make your lines. You can undo your last edit. You can clear your whole entire board. There's a lot of different options there. If you were to then slide over, when you create your team, you can slide over, you can get these different dots. You can click on each one of these to get them onto the board. You can also change different or add different shapes. So for example, if you wanted to explain how to run a zone defense, you can then put down these dots or these big circles that are basically like highlights, and you can then explain to your players what a zone is. You can explain, hey, in these sections right here where they overlap, that's a double team location. You need to double team a player who is going into that spot. So that way you can explain to your team how, of course, zones work and how different plays work as well. At the top, you can add pylons. So if you wanted to explain different drills to maybe your assistant coach before practice actually starts, you can then explain your drills. And of course, you can even add a player in, and you can record the screen so that you can record the actual movements of what you want this guy to do on the court. So this is a fantastic app that you can add to your arsenal, and I even use this app during games now. I used to use one of those clipboards where you would have a marker, and by the end of the game, if you don't have an eraser, which I usually lose my eraser, I'm using the back of my hand. The back of your hand's all blue or purple or red or whatever color marker you're using, and with this, it's just so much easier, and it's actually so much faster, because now, instead of having to wipe off, you just click clear, and right away, you're cleared off. So I can set up a play and have basically this guy's screen over here, this guy's screen here, this guy pops out, this guy pops out. We can explain things extremely quick. We can say stuff like, we're inbounding the ball over here, we've got our box here, we're going to have a cross screen down. We're going to have a secondary screen down. This player is going to pop up. This guy is going to be safety out. This guy is going to roll off that screen and pop to the low block. This guy has 3 different options, and that is our play. Stuff like this we can do in game extremely quickly, even if we're just not even in a timeout. We're just trying to say, hey, the ball's been dead, it went out of bounds, hey guys, quickly, bang, 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 next, and we can run it. You don't necessarily need to have a timeout. This is just something super quick that we can run. Now, if you're like me and you like to change things up, you can also click on this, the top PlayBook app logo, and you can get different color wood. You can get grass color. You can get clay. You can get, which is orange. You can get ice. You can get water, which is, in my opinion, one of the cooler backgrounds that you can have. Now, of course, you can do other sports with this as well. That's why you can change the background colors. You can do water polo, football, whatever. That's why they have those different backgrounds. It's not just a white background for basketball. But this is kind of something cool that they've added in, and I liked as well because I really wanted a light wood color for my PlayBook apps and videos that I do, and there we have it. This actually looks really cool. Now, if we click the 3 dots, you can actually save your plays. So you can be in the middle of a game. You can quickly save a screenshot. You can do the screenshot yourself or save it as an image through here. But whatever it may be, and you can even send it to different coaches, different players, different whoever. So let's say, for example, you just drew up a play last second and you wanted to send it to your coach. So let's say, for example, you're like me and you coach multiple different teams and you say, hey, here's a play that I really want you to practice because I've got another team I need to practice with. Can you teach the team this play? And you can send them a screenshot of the play as well. This is why I like apps like this. It's so much easier to coach when you've got apps like this one. You can click this line, you've got different options. Now, when you start getting into these selecting different lines and things like that, when it comes to that is the paid version. So again, make sure to go check out the 10% off link that is down in the description below. And that is definitely going to help you coach a lot easier, but also potentially, hopefully, win more games because you can instruct your players much faster and you can get through more information in each timeout and each halftime. You can obviously change different sports, and there's just so much that you can do. It's just absolutely amazing. All the things that you can do. You can change your sport. These are all the different sports that you can do. So I just thought I would like to share it with you. Hit that like button, subscribe, and make sure to go check out that 10% off link that is down in the description below. This is an app that was developed where I had a ton of input, and these guys are absolutely amazing. So definitely go support them. I'll see you guys again in my next video.